Welcome to Weddings on a Wednesday, brought to you by the Dope News and WeddingSutra.com. I'm Parthip Thyagarajan, the CEO of WeddingSutra.com, and with me is the sensational singer and sangeet favorite, Sukhbir. Bhangra and Sukhbir are synonymous, and one can't think of anybody else larger than life when it comes to Sukhbir, with his high-octane Bhangra, fusion and authentic Punjabi music to liven up the environment. His music is mellifluous and at the same time high energy, just what the doctor prescribed for the perfect wedding sangeet. Little wonder that he is highly sought after luxury wedding planners and the rich and famous. We are waiting to hear more about his exciting experiences in the wedding industry that got him to travel across India and the globe, enlivening events with his outstanding, memorable performances. Welcome, Sukhbir. And
thank you very much, Parthip. It's my pleasure.
I would like to start by asking you,
I think it's always been my desire to make people have fun, enjoy themselves, and give them just a memorable evening. It did not start with weddings initially. When I started in Kenya, it was mainly small gatherings, and it was very often. And slowly, I started getting inquiries. आप हमारे संगीत पे perform कर सकते हैं? And this is many moons back. So we did one, and then from there, that wedding, I got sort of an entry into other weddings, and slowly the word spread that we had a good time, and it's just been going like that ever since. Regardless of whether I release a new song or I don't, my wedding bookings are consistent from the beginning. I must be honest, in the past, I haven't been very active in Punjab, but of late, starting from 2 years back, thanks to having a local team in India who actually went out and got me business locally within India, especially Punjab. So we've done a lot of weddings now, mainly being in Ludhiana. I think we've done most in Ludhiana, quite a few in Chandigarh as well. And now inquiries for Jalandhar. We had inquiries for Jalandhar, but unfortunately due to the pandemic, they got cancelled or postponed. I haven't done Jalandhar yet, like a wedding. So looking forward to that.
Your birthplace,
and
yes. And of course, Ludhiana is, of course, that has always been synonymous with big fat weddings.
Absolutely. I wasn't aware of this, I must be very honest, because I was very busy in Delhi predominantly, and we would do an occasional Bombay, Bangalore, Chennai, a very occasional. But when I went and the grandeur of the setups that I saw there, all the international acts coming, flabbergasted. I was blown away and just could not believe that this is the Punjab I was born. This is the Punjab that, they would have such grand weddings there. So it was a very pleasant surprise, and I was, kind of filled up with a lot of love for the mother town, so to speak. Yes, I do, but very occasionally. Like we do Hyderabad, we do Bangalore, we've done Chennai a few times, but not as active as the north. Yes, globally, we've got weddings in the US. Just recently, last year, I was in Canada for 3 performances. We do the Far East a lot, Middle East, Africa. Yes, globally, wherever work takes us, I'm happy to travel. And the best thing is it's my passion and I love traveling. I love performing. Couldn't get better than this.
Airport to the hotel, performance, and back.
Exactly. The latter would be very, very true. It's airport, venue, airport, back. And during season time, because you've got to back, it's very rare that we get a day extra. Unless the flight situation is such that we get one extra day. But then, I know this for a fact that all artists prefer to catch up on their rest and sleep when they have at least one extra day. Yes, I love doing that, and so does my wife. So when we have, let's say, 2 shows apart and we have a couple of days in between, we would normally travel together. And she would come with me, and she's the expert in shopping, so she would drag me along. And both of us love traveling and trying local cuisines. So yes, in the past we've done that a lot. Having our twins who are aged 6, it's been difficult for my wife to travel, so it's been mostly myself. And when I do get the opportunity, I do venture out. I do like looking at the local specialities, the restaurants, when I can, if I'm not too tired. Something that hasn't happened before was one family from the UK family. So the father had been coordinating with me directly because we had a common friend. And I do remember the wedding was at JW Marriott in Mumbai. And he said it was my daughter's dream. The only one thing she asked during the entire wedding when I asked was to have me perform at the wedding. She said that he told me that that was her only desire. So I performed. They were very happy. The event went exceptionally well. And the father, after the event, took me to the side and he handed me an envelope. And he said, I know I've paid you in full, but this is that little bit extra for making my daughter's day so special. That's never happened to me before. So it just goes to show that, it's an emotional, Indian weddings are filled with emotions. And this is one emotion that, the father of the bride actually came and expressed his happiness in the way of a small token. I tried to refuse, but then he was very insistent and I took it as a blessing. So I was very happy that it happened.
You're there not only to perform at the sangeet, but really be the person to, liven up the festivities.
Yeah, we try our level best, and so far, we've been able to satisfy our clients. But I don't take them as, because they inevitably become our friends and they keep in touch. I like doing that, keeping in touch, and then I get a lot of repeat clients.
And how do you keep in touch with them? Through social media, WhatsApp? How do you keep in touch?
Surprisingly, I'm getting a lot of inquiries through social media, because let's say in Australia, they don't have my number, they wouldn't know how to get in touch. So nowadays it's become very easy for people to get in touch, and I do check all my messages myself, and there's a lot of inquiries that come through. And social media connect, I give them my number and we start communicating. We speak on the phone. There's a lot of messages that take place. And then even after the wedding, I tend to keep in touch. So there's a nice relationship, a nice warm relationship that ensues after that. Like if you're performing and a lot of people come on stage and you politely try and make some room, and we've had guns pulled out.
Did you get scared when you saw them first time, Sukhbir?
I am a Punjabi and this does not really scare me. So what overcomes that is just a lot of love, and if you politely speak to them and make them understand. So I think that's probably their just quest to be very happy. Some people may not know how to handle their alcohol. And And if they're armed, it's, I think, that much more sort of, they feel more powerful. कि मेरे को स्टेज के ऊपर नाचना है, इसका हाथ पकड़ के मेरे को नाचना है, and that's happened a few times. Negative, yes, many artists that I know would at that point stop and just leave, but I tend not to do that. If the situation can be contained and it can be ignored, and just carry on, because you don't want to ruin the overall experience for the bride and groom and the families because of
after all, put in so much effort.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very aware and very sensitive to that. So you tend to just try and manage the situation as best as you can. I think the credit may go to my team. I've been performing with the same team for a long time, spanning over, I think, maybe 16 to 18 years with some of the performers that performed with me. And we understand each other. So that's the first thing, that the show we give is a powerful one. And secondly, it's very important to understand your clients. You can't give them what they do not want. So that's something I learned very early on. Do not sing a song which they may not relate to. It kills the energy. So keep it high energy, keep it consistent, and be contemporary with your choice. They would sing a song which they haven't released to try it on the audience. Yes, great thing to do, but maybe not in a wedding setting, because there people just want to have a lot of fun, and you need to be that medium to make that happen. So I'm very sensitive to that as well. So the playlist, the selection of songs, and I have full control on stage. I control the music myself. And in case during the performance you feel that a song is not working, I would just cut that short very quickly and move on to the next one. I keep changing my playlist. So I think that's very important as well. Rather than, as I know what people do is they have a fixed playlist, and maybe the person across the DJ is playing the music, or the band has a fixed playlist they follow, and they just cannot go up and down. So that sometimes becomes an issue in keeping the energy levels at a peak. It's important to involve them and make it look like you are one with them rather than a performer. And so I love going down into the crowd, and I encourage people to come, especially the family, the bride and groom, to come on stage and dance with me, and they like it as well. I like it as well. So it's a nice energy that I would like to create, which normally happens. Yes, we are going out. There's no contact. We keep our distance. You keep sanitizing and washing your hands. And if you do touch things, you don't touch your face. I think that's common sense without having to spell it out. And some of my friends have performed already in Delhi, and the band had shields on. There was no interaction with the families at all. There was no selfies. There was no. So I think that's something we have to respect. If they do ask, we have to create a situation where there's distance, so as to not to offend the clients. They have engaged services. So that as long as we respect each other's distance, and it's for everyone's safety, not just mine. Because I know there's been a wedding where there's been a couple of fatalities as well. So that was very sad, just because people could not maintain that distance and the precautions. So am I apprehensive? No, this is work. It has to be done, and people have to get married. Life has to go on, but it has to go on slightly in a different format, and I'm okay with that.
Thank you, Sukhbir, for sharing your experiences, insights with the Dope News and WeddingSutra.com. I'm sure you're looking forward to the recommencement of all those beautiful sangeets which bring so many people happiness. And as you well know, there are so many brides, grooms, bridesmaids, groomsmen who can't wait to dress up and dance to your music. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Parthip, for having me. Yes, I'm very excited, and I'm looking forward to the season, which is around the corner, as you know. We have started getting many bookings, so these are blessings for all of us, not just me, everybody down the lane. It's work, it's blessings for us. Very excited, and thank you for having me on this platform. So thank you, Parthip. Thank you, WeddingSutra, and everybody involved in having me on this platform. I appreciate that, and I thank you.
That was singing sensation Sukhbir, sharing his amazing experiences from weddings around the globe. Thank you for watching Weddings on a Wednesday, brought to you by WeddingSutra.com and the Dope News. We will be back with our next episode soon.